Hey gamers, welcome back to the second speedrun. This is for chapter 16. Another pretty easy one. I actually thought the time trial speedruns on this one is fairly easy to accomplish. But much like the last one, there's a lot of sections. I mean, there's sections where you can't really offer any tricks or even tips because it is just uh, I wouldn't even know what you call them. It's either like a platforming thing or puzzle solving stuff, which, unless you're some speedrunner who knows weird glitches and ways around it, I don't really know any easier way other than just go from A to B, as quick as you can. There's one section that I think is, there's really only two sections I think that you have to worry about, and even those are not too bad. The one section to point out is the stealth section, and I try to do it as best I can, and I actually get pretty far, but I end up killing the enemies anyway. If someone knows a better way to do it, I'd love to find out what it is. Maybe I should have looked at a guide before I did this, but this part was just me, trying to get Elena to show up where I needed her to, and again, just like last time, it's always frustrating when you see a ticking clock go by and you're like, well, I can't do anything until this NPC does what I want them to do, and that's annoying, but whatever. It's just something you gotta have to bake into it, and I made it through on my first try, so can't complain too much about that.
How much further?
We're almost there. Keep going.
Did you bother to look for keys?
Keep going.
Alright, hold it steady. I'm gonna climb on top.
Hurry, hurry. It's slipping. I can't hold it much longer.
Now I think you can actually on that side, instead of dropping down, I think you can just jump backwards and save yourselves a few seconds. I realized that on subsequent playthroughs. I'll also point out that there's a really nice farming spot to get a couple trophies in this area. I'll try and point them out if I can. But yeah, I end up dropping down here, and I forget what I think I ended up just there we go. Oh, I am just a terrible shot. I am just a terrible shot. Oh my god.
Thanks. Now behind you.
Because if you manage to, and I learned this when I went back to hunt for some trophies, if you manage to stealth both of those guys, you can actually pick up a grenade. And I think in a future video when I do some trophy hunting, I show you how I do that. Because if you pick up that grenade, you can actually kill like 4 or 5 of these enemies with one grenade and make this section way easier for yourself, or at least go by faster and thereby buying you that time. But yeah, I mean, if you're playing this on just the practice speedrun on easy, like, you should have no problem. And I even think the stealth stuff is not entirely necessary, but I think in the section that I show you up ahead, you can avoid a part of the firefight and having to fight more enemies if you stealth through it, but I think I end up running out of the bullets, so like I said, there probably is an easier way to do this. I'm sure there is, and there's a way to do it without alerting any of the guards. But like I said, I didn't get there and I still managed to beat it with enough time that it wasn't a problem.
Up here.
I will say, for as annoying as it is to have to watch some of these sections and like things where you wish it could go faster, it's also nice not having to find where those treasures are. You can just cruise right from A to B. So I try to stealth as many guys as I can, and I actually think I get pretty dang far here. Like, I feel like I get everybody. It's just the last 2 guys, and I see them there, and I guess maybe I just panicked because I was on a speedrunning this, that I'm like, well, I don't really know what to do here. so I kind of just panic and end up shooting them, but then that triggers the firefight, so I don't know. It works out in the end. Yeah, it's this section right here that I really don't know what the...
Shit. Spotted.
I mean, maybe I could have just, you know, shot them with the M32 hammer if I killed both of them. Maybe that would have been better. I don't know. Either way, we take out most of them, and then we just start the next section, so...
Follow me.
My dog loves to just chew on his bone right next to me. Makes
Just
him
over that rock.
great noises. And he's coming back. Oh boy. That's okay. You're just so darn cute. You're getting your balls chopped off tomorrow, my friend. And thankfully you can skip that movie. But yes, you are. And you don't even know it. So I have to be nice to you today.
Damn it!
Yeah, this is pretty much the end. I mean, there's really not much left here. This is a really straightforward chapter. This is the only time I decided to... there may be a way to get away from that enemy without having to fight them, but I just decided to kill him. And everybody else, I think this guy... Yep, I end up killing him. And then the rest of it is just kind of running to the end. So, yeah, overall, it is a really, really straightforward chapter. I think the time limit for this is either 9 minutes or 9.5. But either way, you have more than enough time to get it done. So... Yep, and that's pretty much it. The end of the chapter. You know, you're just gonna wait for Elena to help you up.
Hey! Deja vu, right?
Yeah.
Just get me up to the landing gear.
Okay. Careful.
Keep it steady. To the left. Or that way. To the right.
How does that work? I was listening to this soundtrack. I actually think it's better than the second one. But alright guys, that's pretty much it for this chapter. Or not even this chapter, this speedrun. And I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, stay beautiful.